everyone. Today I'm going to do a little workout using the big Pilates stability ball. I'm using the ball really to replace the reformer exercises that many of you do at the studio. The reformer, obviously not many people have one at home, so you're probably finding that you're missing quite a bit of the leg work and some of the stretches that we do on the reformers. So I had the idea of showing you some of the leg work using a big ball. If you have got a ball round about 12 inches, like the grey ones that we use in the studio, you could always substitute one of those. This is a 55 centimetre ball, not fully inflated. It's got a bit of a squidge to it so that it's more controllable. The firmer the ball, the harder it is. So you don't want to have it too blown up. If you've got one in the shed that you've had for a number of years, now's your chance to get it out and give it a go. You can get them online fairly cheaply if you decide you want to buy one. TK Maxx do sell them, but I'm not sure if TK Maxx is open at the moment. Who knows? So we're going to start with some basic footwork. Think about what you do on the reformer. We do your footwork in different feet positions. So first position, second position, parallel feet, so that you work different parts of the body around the hips, so different muscle groups around your pelvis. So we're going to start in your base position with your feet up onto the ball. The ball fits quite nicely into the arch of your instep. Make sure you're in neutral. So we'll start with the feet parallel. Check you're in neutral, keep the body still, breathe in, gauge your core. As you breathe out, extend the legs as you push the ball away, and breathe in, draw it back. We're going to aim for 10 repetitions. Nice steady pace, don't rush them. You're aiming to work the legs together and to control your ball. So being aware of whether the ball has got a bit of a weave as you push your ball away and draw it back in. Breathe out as you push away and breathe in, draw it back. Or you can do it the other way around, your choice. And back in. Now bring your feet into first position. So if you're not sure what first position is, that's the feet in a V, heels together, feet turned down. As you roll the ball away this time, you keep the turn out, squeeze your inner thighs together, use your tummy, lift the pelvic floor, bend and return. So the knees are pointing out to the side. Push out and squeeze, bend and return. Again, 10 times. Watch for the pelvis wanting to tilt. Use your hands on your hips to make sure the pelvis doesn't move. Keep the feet in that V position. When we do this normally on the reformer, you would have the balls of the feet on the bar. Using the heels doesn't give you much of a challenge on the actual reformer, but it does trying to control the ball. As you can see, my ball's gradually getting further and further away from me, and then come back in. Excellent. Now bringing your feet into second. So this time we want nice wide knees, so you're opening up into the pelvis. Wrap your feet around the ball. Roll the ball out, catch it with your heels and your ankles and draw it back in. Bringing the ball in as close towards your hips as you can, so getting your knees right out to the side. So looking for an inner thigh stretch as you go. Excellent, well done. Wrapping your feet around the ball as it comes back in. So use your tummy, watch for the pelvis rocking forward and back or side to side. And back in. Excellent. Now let's do a bit of single leg, which is quite often what we would follow. Both feet on the bar is single leg. So we're going to do this feet parallel. Lift one foot. You can hold it in tabletop. You can extend it vertically or just have it slightly bent. Focus on controlling the ball with the bent leg. Roll it out. Catch it with your heel and draw it back. Try and keep your legs parallel. So watch that the single leg is not veering off and back in or drawing a weave try and keep it as if you were trying to roll the ball down the white line in the middle of the road. Makes you straighten the legs. Pull the kneecap up towards you as you catch it with your heel. You don't necessarily have to flex the foot, but makes you straighten the knee and have a feeling of pulling that kneecap up towards your hip to strengthen your quads. And let's change feet. No idea how many I did, as those of you who know me will know I'm not very good at counting. Roughly 10 will suffice. So roll it out, catch it with your heel, draw it back. Nice and steady. Still imagining that you're rolling the ball down the line. Makes you straighten the leg, pull the kneecap towards you, and keep your pelvis still. Looking good. Well done. Oh, I can feel I'm starting to lose it again. Bring it back in a little. Correct your position. That's better. A little bit harder to control than the reformer. And rest. Excellent. Now, as most of you know who come to do reformer classes, we would normally follow your footwork with the hip lifts. You can do hip lifts using the ball. It's going to do exactly the same as it does on the reformer. If anything, it's tougher because you haven't got quite as much control. It's a bit like trying to do your hip lifts on very light resistance. Let's do it with your feet parallel. So still with the ball where it is, hands by your sides. We're going to tilt the pelvis, squeeze your bum, lift your hips about 4 finger widths, roll the ball out and draw it back in. You don't have to straighten your legs. You could keep it a small movement in and out. If you prefer, that certainly gets the temperature up. Feel it in your glutes and your hamstrings. If you want to, you could straighten your legs and draw back in. Your choice. Nearly there. Keep your hips about 4 finger widths underneath you, off the floor, and roll back down slowly. When you're finished, ooh, well done. Have a little breather. You might want to stretch your legs out. That certainly targets your hamstrings. Flex the feet. You could have a stretch by lifting the hips and lower back down. If you wanted to, you could do that in the different feet position, which would be first position and second position. Both fairly challenging. Not sure if I'd want to do it in single leg. Possibly. It is manageable. Don't try and do all 5 options though. Those hamstrings are going to suffer tomorrow. Just do a bit at a time to build it up. Let's try something slightly different. So regular reformer people love to use the ball to stretch. So if you've got a ball, rest it up against something firm, like a wall or your settee. Extend your legs out in front of you, but turn your feet out so you've got your feet in first position and squeeze your inner thighs tight together. Rest your back against the ball, round about where your ribs are. Keeping the legs nice and straight and the feet flexed, arms out in front. Now we're going to circle your arms over your head, take them over your head, resting the head on the ball, and circle them back round, lifting your head back up. And again, nice and slowly. Lift the head as the arms come back. So arms are going to go up, keep neutral, reach back behind you, lift your chin as they come back up in front. Big circles, so opening up into the chest, really working and loosening up your shoulders. Gives you a lovely stretch across the chest. Keep flexing the feet, squeeze your inner thighs together. Stay and turn out, change direction. So back, arms up and over and in front. Head back onto the ball. You might find it takes you a few reps before you can actually get your head onto the ball, but don't worry if you don't get there. Remember, just work within your comfort range. Obviously, it depends on the size of your ball and the length of your back. Keep going, it's nice. This is a popular exercise in our reformer classes. Excellent, one more time. And then relax, lovely. You might want to bend your knees and just rest forward over your knees, just to have a little release. So I'm going to show you some stretches for your whole body using the ball. These are not everybody's favourite. If you have tummy problems, you might not want to do the first one. The first one, we're literally going to stretch over the ball. So get the ball between your hips and your rib cage. Take your legs wide, arms wide, let the head hang and just relax. So stretching right across here. This is nice to do after the last exercise, as it bends your spine back the other way. Hold that as long as you want to. You can do your side stretch. Also, have the ball beside you, get it into your waist, rest your arm over, take the other arm over your head and just relax. Look at that alignment, shoulder, ear, shoulder, hip to ankle bone, and hold. If you want it a little bit harder, both legs out. You could try stacking them, and again just relax into it. A little bit more wobbly, and then rest. Whoop. Other side, obviously. Start with one knee bent, over you go, arm to support, other arm over your head. If you can, bring the other foot up. Always much more wobbly on this side. Just relax into it, let your arm go, so you're getting the stretch right down the side of the body. And come out of it gently. And the last one is my daughter Amy's, that most of you know's favourite stretch. Some people find it a bit scary. You're going to take your body back the other way. Get the ball into the lower back, feet wide, arms over your head, and relax. Come out of it gently, sliding your bum to the floor. Well done, everyone. Hope you've enjoyed that and feel nicely stretched and opened up. Ball's not quite as a good substitute for the reformer, but it's better than nothing. Enjoy. Speak to you soon. Bye.